Okay, the next is about how to write a flowchart. Okay, as I explained that there is a starting point, there is an ending point, start and end or stop, and then in between there is process, there is the input, there is output, and sometimes they have decision, and decision must have yes or no, and then doing different process. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's say, okay, start, and then okay, welcome, display welcoming, arrow, and then getting name, and then display hello, the name that the user input. Okay, and then end. Okay, this is the easy one. First, display welcome, and then asking for name to let the user input, and then say hello with the name. Okay, and then end. This is the easy one. This is, and don't forget this is arrow. This is arrow. Okay, so there is a sequence. Okay, let's say another one. We have start, then we have welcome, which is just displayed. Then we have asking for name, and then we say that length of name greater than 20 or not. Yes? No. Then display your name is good. Then display your name is too long. Then end. Okay. Start, display welcome, asking for name, then check the name length, whether if it is greater than or more than 20 or not. If it is more than 20, then say your name is too long, and then end. If it's not greater than 20 or more than 20, then say your name is good, and then just say end. So this is decision. Decision must have question mark here, question mark for asking, and then yes, and then know what to do. Okay, and then this is how it's going to be for this. Okay, so this is how we write flowchart. There is starting point, there is process, and there is input or output, in or out. There is decision, and decision must have yes or no, and then another process, and then end, and every line is actually arrow to show direction, that it go from top to down or left to right. Okay, so this is not difficult diagram. We can use this diagram to show that you are thinking of solving problem. You're thinking of solving problem, that what to do in the sequence: first step, second step, third step, fourth step, sometimes 4.1 step, 4.2 step for decision. Sometimes decision is more than only 2, maybe 3 decision. Alternative can be more, and then 5, 6, 7 can be like that. Okay. So that's it for making flowchart. It's not that difficult. It is a diagram to show the sequence of solving problem, starting, display something, getting name, saying hello, and then end, or how you solve the problem. You have to read, you have to write, you have to get name, and so on. And flowchart, as I said, that is only a diagram. It's only a diagram which represents your idea. But before you have this, making this diagram, you must have the sequence of solving problem already in your head or somewhere else, before you transform that kind of idea into this form, into this diagram. Why you have to make this diagram? Because you have to show this to someone else. You show this to Ajahn, at least. You show this to your friend, and when you work, you show this diagram to your teamwork, to your customer, to your boss, for example, to your team, maybe, because this one is used to represent or to show your idea or your understanding, or the agreement between you and your friends, or you and your customer, you and your team. So it is important to be able to read, to be able to write a flowchart, and there are very small amount of symbol to be used. So this is easy one. Okay, I think that's it for this demonstration of writing flowchart. You can find more information from the internet. What kind of information? For example, flowchart of what is order pressing order. Placing. When a customer come to buy a product, placing. And then how the program will run, what input they will getting into the program, and what output they display to the customer. Usually, before we starting programming or think about flowchart, we have to think about this kind of 3 criteria. One is 3 criteria. Okay, one is input, and the last one is output, and the second one is process. Okay, input, output, and process. What input you need to convert from decimal to binary number. We need to input is an integer of decimal, and the last input is a series of binary number. Actually it's a binary number which is a series of 1 and 0. Okay. Input an integer number of the decimal, and output is a binary number which is a series of 1 and 0. And process to convert, here we have to find information. For example, that you use divide by 2, and then you get 1 0 1 0, and then you have this sequence. Let's say 1 here, so it becomes 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. This is the binary code from this. Okay, so this is how we work with programming. First, analysis. What analysis? Input, process, and output. This is called analysis. After you know what input, what going to be the process, what's going to be output, then you can have diagram. They have process of solving problem or working, and then you can have flowchart to represent it. Okay. If you are very experienced, you may not analyze, you may not create process of solving problem, you may not drawing flowchart, you jump into coding directly. You may do that, but it's not a well practice, it's not a good practice, because you can make mistake here by just start coding directly. You can make mistake, but it's again, if you are very confident and very familiar with the problem, then you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this. You just jump to coding directly. So that's how we do in programming. Okay.